And now, on with the show.
This is the Off the Record podcast.
Is it?
In case
I didn't know.
In case there were any doubts about it.
I had no idea.
Yes.
News to me. Jeremy, did you know this was off the record?
Yeah, on the record. I knew it was off the record.
Oh, gotcha.
For the record, this is the Off the Record
Off the Record podcast. We have a friend. Did you see him?
The moth?
Yeah, we have a moth friend here right now.
That's right.
He's hanging out. What's his name? George.
Like my plan.
What the fuck?
Sure. Maybe. So we do have two of the coolest people. We have Alicia and we have Chris.
Hello.
So they're here. They made it. I know you said this is your first time doing anything like this.
It is. It's definitely my first time. I like this. This table is actually very cool.
Yeah, it's a stage chunk, 4x4 stage chunk.
I like it.
So, are you nervous? Like, being that this is your first time doing this? Or are you
A little nervous, you know. You got these lights moving around in here, lights like that. I'm used to being behind the lights.
Right.
You know, so
don't let him lie to you.
Looking at the lights from the side, you know.
He loves being the center of attention. We know this about you.
It's okay. So I do have a question that I have actually been wanting to know for a while about the Warrior. So, first off, why did you decide to go into getting a venue, and how did you come up with the name The Warrior, and how did it all start? Because I know that funny story. So I don't know if you remember, but I met you briefly a very, very long time ago before I met you later on. But you were at somewhere downtown,
Pensacola Street.
Yes, I think maybe
it was Pensacola.
Was it Pensacola Street?
That was his first venue.
No, not that one. It was before that. It was even before Atmosphere, before all of that.
A house party?
No. You were playing. You had a guitar. You were with Eric Durant.
Floyd's.
It wasn't Floyd's. It was downtown, like at Po' Boys, I think. Or something.
Hot Topic.
College
Hot Topic?
Maybe.
Did you ever play in Hot Topic? Barnes and Noble?
There's
Barnes and Noble.
I think we're running out of the list now.
I think it was Hot Topic and Barnes and Noble. People did play.
Yeah.
There were shows.
Yeah, they used to. Yeah.
There were shows at Barnes and Noble.
In the old Vinyl Fever, things like that.
I had no idea.
I didn't play guitar with Eric in any bands.
No, I think you guys just doing an acoustic thing. But I know that you were there and you had a guitar. It was kind of like on your back end. Somebody introduced
I roadied for them for a long time.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I played with Chuck. The guitarist, Big Dismal.
Okay, yeah. Well, I remember meeting you then, so I was like, I figured, obviously.
How long ago was that?
13 years.
13 years ago, I would have been playing probably with Soul Creek. No, it was right before Soul Creek.
You were.
I was working with Tobacco Road.
Okay.
I was helping Tobacco Road do some shows. I was running sound for them.
Oh, okay. Maybe that's what it was.
That's probably what it was.
Yeah, because the person I was with introduced me to you and Eric, and that was when I had first, I was brand new to Tallahassee. So I remember that, and now seeing that you are doing the Warrior, and and how that came to be. And that was a badass venue. So shout out to anybody who don't know, like go to the Warrior, because I don't know what camera I'm on. Go to the Warrior. I'm going to TV. That was
You're on all the cameras.
Go to the Warrior. Go to the Warrior.
If I could flash a W, I'd do like a W.
Warrior. Yeah. Oh, is that the way you do it?
Yeah.
If I can interrupt real quick. Let me get everybody's attention. We got a whole new audio setup up in this bitch. So if it sucks, let me know. If it doesn't suck, also let me know. And
There's
back to you
comments.
guys.
We do. We have comments. We
Yeah,
have
should we do
Oh,
some
look, there's
comments?
Jen. Hey, Jen. Can I wave at
Jen.
Jen?
So we
Am I
got
waving?
we got
Can you see me, Jen,
actually
waving at you?
we got Brian Williams. He said, "What up, guys?
What
What
up,
up, Brian?"
Hey, y'all want to hear a real funny story about how I met Brian?
Yeah.
Please.
Yes.
So check this out. I'm like, man, Brian could probably tell us how old he was. 16, 17. My friend and I took his aunt's car, went mushrooming to pick mushrooms. And we end up in Coon Bottom in
Right.
this field. And he backs up his car and we get stuck. And we're like, oh man, we're stuck in this guy's field. And like, so we were like, well, let's just walk to the next house and like see if somebody will help us, right?
Right.
So we walk to this house. It's Brian's house. Never met him before in my life. We're like, I think we were tripping on mushrooms at the time while picking them. And I'm like, dude, like we broke down, and he came and helped us push the car out, and that is how we met. And then we started crossing paths throughout life and the music and
Absolutely.
things like that. And that me and Brian have a tight bond because
That is
of
pretty
that
badass.
that bond, you know, right?
That
It was
is
crazy.
cool.
Anyway,
That is pretty cool. Well, we have Brian. We got Robert. He says, "Hey, y'all." We have Paul. He said, "What up, y'all?"
What up?
Sorry,
got-
checking out here. Hold
Oh,
on.
no, you're good. We got Jen. Jen is in the house. She said, "What up, y'all?" Jen said,
Yeah.
"I see." We also have Russ.
Paul Johns,
Paul said,
rock on.
Go up one more. We got Russ Skinner. He said, "What's up?"
Russ.
Russ.
What up,
We
buddy?
got their album released.
Yeah. Yeah.
Your captain speaking.
They were the first band to come in and finish studio.
Oh,
Oh.
Everybody, all kinds of people.
Yeah, we got Russ. We got Ken.
What up, Ken?
Ken says audio is good. Awesome.
Sweet.
Awesome.
Good
Awesome.
deal.
Oh, somebody said there's a light static.
There better not be no goddamn static.
It's a sound guy's
Oh.
problem. I'm not a sound guy.
Do we have any sound guys out there? Oh my God.
Everybody yell at what frequency it is to
There
cut.
are no phones on the table.
There are no phones on the table.
Not
Samantha said
today.
there's a lot of static. Brian
Yeah.
Williams, he says.
Still electricity.
Paul John works at Salty Dog. There,
Yeah.
there he is. Hey, yeah, Paul, get a hold of me. I need to talk to you too, buddy.
Oh, yeah. We got Desi. I haven't seen
Desi.
Desi in a hot
I
minute.
know, right? She's back. Hell
Hey,
yeah.
girl. How are you? So, okay, so I got to know because I have been waiting to
Yes.
ask, and somebody kept on interrupting me for a hot minute. But
How rude.
how rude! But I want to know.
Before I was so rudely interrupted.
You're doing it now too, Rob. It's okay. I love you though. It's okay. But I do. I want to know how did you? Why come up with? Why did you want to put together a venue and go into this business venture with the Warriors?
I mean, my grand idea was for it to generate enough money that I could focus on my music career and do my music career. And I was like, well, every band needs a stage, so everybody's always going to need a venue, and then it's going to make all this money, and I'm going to have all this time to focus on my thing. And that was the end of my personal music career.
Say what?
And didn't realize how much time it would actually take. But
Right.
I mean, that was the initial step. Was Floyd's music store closed?
Right.
So there was a big void. Big
Sad.
Daddy's closed.
Rob died.
Sad
Rob
face.
died,
Yep.
and I actually got to play Floyd's in a band right before they closed, and I got to play Big Daddy's a bunch of times.
Yes.
I miss
Pretty
Big
cool.
Daddies.
We had
I miss
Yes.
Craziness happen, like fights in there, or something.
Oh,
for
yeah.
Christmas.
There was also a late night library. Does anyone
Late night
remember that?
library.
Long time ago.
Anyone remember that?
Jesus.
Yeah, that's a
Like,
long time ago.
Xmas, like,
Taking it back.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
yeah.
20 years ago.
You know, back to like 03,
Yeah.
04.
But Floyd's closed, I think,
Yes,
2 years
of course,
right
yeah.
before I did, maybe even a year. And then I kind of was able to weasel my way into that venue,
Yeah.
and take it over, and it just kind of built. I see pictures every now and then. It was like
Do
a
you?
stage on the floor.
Yeah,
And,
that breaks
it
my
was-
heart.
It was crazy.
Talking about Floyd's now?
No, I meant the new place. When I moved
oh.
into that place, it was like the little thing, and I had a band, so I had my band PA, and I moved it into my venue and was trying to operate my first show like that. And I had a non-point, right?
No shit.
So non-point comes in, and the sound guy comes in. He's like, looks at this PV stuff, and he's like, "Oh man, is this all you got for the PA?" And I'm like, "Well, yeah, man, that's PV, man. That's top of the line, And like, he's like, "All right, man." And dude, he lit my PA up, And after that, I was like, "Oh wow, top of the line for a garage band is not. That's like not even bottom line for a commercial,
Right.
like venue place." And
Right.
man, it has been a 10-year venture, but it led into the charity group, which
from
as
a
I was
for-profit to a not-for-profit.
yeah, and that was actually as her and I, we met a long time ago, and then we kind of, through our life saw each other and stuff like that. And then she actually did a lot of not-for-profit stuff. And so it was kind of weird how it all
came together.
fell together.
Full circle.
It really did.
Yeah.
Full
It was,
circle.
Yeah.
it was
Exactly.
crazy,
Yeah, I
Wow.
had known him for over 10 years. I had been out to, the venue that he started on Pensacola Street.
Mhm.
And, one thing that I've always episodes. And then atmosphere.
Uh-huh.
And, but something I always admired about him was his passion for music. All of the people that just supported him, loved him, that he had known for such a long time, and his experience, from the ground up. Like he started as a roadie and worked his way up to, I'm a fucking sound technician who can mix and master stuff.
That is awesome.
And
venue owner, sound technician,
sound technician.
professor now because teaching guitar lessons.
You're-
So I'm a professor now.
You don't.
Professor
You
now.
don't have that title yet. Okay,
I
This is
keep-
your
I
second
keep teasing
year
her about that.
teaching. No, I'm not gonna. I'm
That's
not.
pretty good one.
I will maybe.
Anyway.
I'll maybe call you Professor Godwin in bed,
Oh,
Heyo.
Oh.
but not in public.
You heard it here first.
Oh my gosh.
I guess this is where we would plug our OnlyFans link.
Yeah, I mean, hey.
Check us out on
He keeps
Only-
trying to
Yeah,
say that
boy!
I did one, and
Yeah.
I just don't know, and that's not gonna happen. He's like, but you really should, because we could be millionaires.
I mean, yeah.
I'm also thinking about doing OnlyFans, like for my feet. Like,
Right,
feet,
yeah.
feet
Yeah,
pics only.
feet only.
Hey, there's people
Yes.
that
Yeah.
There
do it,
are
man.
niche
Feet.
markets out there that
I've got a weird
will-
toe on my foot. It'd probably be like,
My, my,
I'd
my,
probably go viral.
I tell him all the time that I'm pretty sure that he is like of alien descent because
Okay.
his like foot structure and his bone structure like very different from anything I've ever seen.
It's kind of similar to this, this
To
skull,
Susie
right?
Bob. Susie Bob.
A little too far,
Is that your-
cross the line.
I feel like you should like pull out your toe and show. it.
No,
it's
no,
fine.
no.
It's fine. You don't
Anyway,
have to.
That's how we started, or I got into the venue.
You got the venue. How'd you come up with the Warrior? Just because FSU
Oh my God.
or
Yeah, I've been
No,
curious
no,
of that
no,
myself.
no.
Oh, do y'all want to know?
Yeah.
Oh, I'll
Please.
tell you.
Oh
Okay.
boy.
So-
oh boy.
Heard it here first? Is this like the
Yeah, so when I first got in that venue, I called it Episodes because the sign out front said Episodes, and I just didn't have the money to replace the sign. I was like, oh, well, people are going to see Episodes. Fuck it, I'll be Episodes, right? And so then we changed the atmosphere and got a sign up, and the partners I had with that, we split ways. And I never liked that name, Atmosphere. Like, it
Yeah.
wasn't my
Yeah.
choice. I was like, that sucks. But I got outvoted. I dealt with it, pushed it. It was fine,
Right.
And so then after that, they split ways. I'm on my own, and like I'm fighting the city and all the stuff like that. The guy behind me that was like
I
bought a
remember
shopping
that.
center that was bullying the shit out of me,
He
trying to
covered
force me out of the
everybody.
building. Anyway, I do. I go against the grain. All the
Yes.
time. Anyway,
Every time.
confrontation?
Not all
so
the
I do an
time. Everybody-
online name vote because I want to change my name, and I list all these names. I go down. I list Warhorse, right? And this is in like November of
Oh shit.
whatever year.
She said November of 06.
So again, people vote for Warhorse. I'm like, okay, cool. I'm gonna be like Warhorse Saloon. I buy Warhorse,
Ooh, I like that.
warhorsebar.com.
Oh,
I buy all this. I go to the bank, open up stuff, Warhorse, right? not Clover System, my merchant services, Warhorse, this and that.
Oh.
Well, someone called City Code on me, right, about some stuff because they're trying to beat me up and take the property from the people, blah, blah, blah. So the money I was going to put into my new sign, put my sign up, goes into fixing code. Well, while I didn't put my sign up, someone opens a bar on Gain Street called Warhorse. And I'm like, how is this possible?
Someone, but he knows exactly.
I don't want to say names because we don't want to get it.
Yeah.
I got
People
you.
can look that up if they want to.
Okay.
And so I'm like,
Roger
well, you know what? We're all Seminoles here. Maybe they fairly picked Warhorse, you know?
Right.
And I'm just crazy, right?
Right.
And then I'm sorry, I hit the table. And then, but then in between my shows, there's 15-minute changeovers in between bands, right?
Mhm.
I'll play music videos. I started playing Guy in a Buffalo music videos.
Guy in a Buffalo.
blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Anyway, so Warhorse is connected with Gain Street Pies. We go in there, Guy in a Buffalo chicken pizza. And I'm like, bro, like Guy in a Buffalo chicken pizza in my name? I'm like, come on, man. We can't be drinking from the same well water, right? I mean, maybe
Right.
they're right next door and we're drinking the same well water, coming up with the same ideas.
Right.
You know?
You don't want to name names.
And then the same person, an entity, opens up another place that starts doing live music, kind of in the same independent level that I am. And this person has more money than me, so is able to do all these things like that, come
Right.
out, signage, you know, nice
Come out
area.
big. Come out big.
You know, No, don't say his name. And anyway, so I'm kind of like, oh my God, I got burned. Someone
Yeah.
burned me hard. And then I'm
Right.
like, you know what? Fuck, you can't have a Warhorse without a warrior. I'm just going to take warrior and I'm going to run with it, you know? And then I ran with it, put sign up, you know, because I had beat everyone, you know, basically to death that I had fought in the city and stuff. And then in the end at that place, the guy that was trying to get the shopping center,
Yeah.
made an offer to my landlords who I had a first right of refusal with, that they called me and said, we got bad news, but it was an offer we could not refuse, and you basically got to get the fuck out. You know?
Yeah.
Wow.
And I got booted with a 30-day notice after 7 years of business with these people, going to their house, eating with them,
What?
things like this. They hated this guy that owned the shopping center too. And the guy was trying to beat me up, so I wouldn't pay them rent. So I would leave, and they would sell it to him by the dollar. But I helped them with like easements and all this
Right.
BS, you know, and
Wow.
So then we
craziness.
go
So anyway,
there, and then-
warrior fit, right? And then that was it.
And then after, how you progressed into.
Oh, and then to the new building, and then warrior on the river. And then
And
my dad is
for-profits
Native
and the
heritage, so
non-profits.
I was raised with Native American beliefs surrounding me through my
Principles
father,
and- yeah.
you know, and like
Yeah.
That's where the name
my-
came from. The
my-
warrior is
That's
not.
awesome.
my dad's grandma was 100% Creek from the reservation right up here near Climax, out of Pogus area, right?
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, and so they would take him there, and he'd go stay there with her, and like she'd snare rabbits and shit, right? And so he was always telling me stories. I never met her, but he was always telling me stories about it. And so my Native heritage for my father, you know, came into it, you know, and
That's
I'm not
awesome.
an active part of the tribe, and there's one in Bluntstown that if I had
Yes.
time
Yes, there is.
Right.
to dedicate to go
Yes, there
there,
is.
I would go
Yeah.
there, you know.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is pretty badass. So what about how did the Tallahassee Live Music Community Group charity come into all that? How does
Well,
that fit?
So I could say how it came into it, and then I can let her take over on the details of it. But like, I met a guy.
He realized that, you know, the whole philanthropic side of what he was doing, he had already been doing it. You know, he had already been supporting live music artists, you know, any kind of performing art related, you know, anything.
Yeah.
He had already been
broke.
supporting.
Not making money, you know. So
Right.
it's like
Just-
I'm not profiting a bunch of money. So it being a not-for-profit, it's not like I'm like losing. And
Right.
then it was able to do a circle of life kind of deal, right? Where like we were able to do the not-for-profit side, for example, giving instruments to kids, right? And then
Right.
they start a band. They come play on the stage. Their shows help generate the funds to get instruments for the next 12-year-old or 5-year-old. We just took over a 5-year-old. 5-year-old to hold a
time
guitar.
ever.
You know,
Last year
so,
it was just middle school kids. This year we decided to take on littles.
That
Because
is badass.
I've met so many guitarists, so many musicians who have said, when I say, hey, when did you start playing? And they say, oh, I was 6 years old. I was,
Yeah.
7 years old,
Yeah.
5 years old when I started playing. And so we didn't want to exclude them because you never know.
Yeah.
You never know.
It's gonna be the next Jimi Hendrix.
Exactly.
it'd be cool to put a guitar in their hand first, right?
See what
Yeah.
happens.
But so the charity side of it, she was a troubled youth. I was a troubled youth. And how I stayed out of trouble growing up here is I had the option to go into a studio. I had the option at Floyd's Music Store to get in free to shows if I helped do changeovers on stage with like Shaggy and Eddie.
Mhm.
So I chose to take that, but had I not been offered it and then be like, hey,
How do you not have
you
the
can get it free if
opportunity?
you come do this, or hey, if you come to the studio, you can help with this, and play with all the instruments when everybody leaves, and things like that. And had I not had that offer, I had friends who were dead.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be 38 this year.
I mean, how many
Friends who are still
people-
dying.
Yes.
And-
how many
and
people over the last
They
couple
didn't
of
have
years?
those offers, and
Yeah.
and so if we
Those
could create
opportunities,
something in our community through the alcohol sales in Tallahassee, which there is an enormous amount of alcohol sales in Tallahassee, right?
We
So
are the
why was none of
first-
that going to
We
charity?
are the first.
Yeah.
We are the first 11 PAC that has ever been issued in Leon County. We
Yeah.
have the first
Yeah.
Performing Arts Center license to sell alcohol in Leon. The first.
Ever?
They had
Ever.
never.
Holy
We
Yeah.
were told that
Permanent
by
license, yeah.
ABT. Yes, they had never issued one before. We were the first.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That
Given
is-
all of
People
the venues.
temp events?
Wow.
Well, we started out with temp events, but we eventually got the permanent 11 PAC license.
Well, yeah, but I was saying like so things like Ruby Diamond when they would have alcohol, right?
right.
It would be a temp thing, not a
I see.
permanent establishment.
Right.
Gotcha.
So we're like, oh, we're open every week, generating this for this not for profit, not like, oh, we do quarterly shows or something like that, which requires a different license because you're only using it so many times per year.
Right.
So we were the first one to get it, like
Fully
permanent.
established,
Yeah.
permanent.
yeah.
We
So
can sell
a
as
new
long
model.
as it supports performing arts.
That is badass. I never knew that. That is so.
Yep,
That's
the first
fucking
one.
Cool.
The first organization
Wow.
to get it. Yep.
That is pretty badass. We do have some chats. You want to click on Brian Williams? He says, go down right there. Brian says, now Chris needs to buy a storage complex and rent it out to bands so they have a place to practice.
Oh, we do. We give the space for rehearsals.
Oh.
That is what we do. We have
Holy
rehearsal space
shit.
for bands already. Actually, I took a bunch of pictures of a band that was rehearsing out on the Tiki today.
Manic was up there.
Manic.
Yeah.
Manic was up there rehearsing.
Yeah.
So
Oh, wow.
we do give the space, rent the space for rehearsals for bands as well.
That is
Everybody
Um,
has a different price. We do negotiate, trade with different people,
We're the
different
cheapest
things.
ever for the space that we
Oh,
have, and it includes a sound tech to help, as well,
Wow.
to be there to So it's not just here's the space.
right.
We provide the PA.
Yeah.
Wow.
But not like what Brian's looking for. Brian's
Well, right.
like, I want to store my gear there and practice there.
We do
Can-
have storage for gear, though. We do have space for storage for gear.
Well, there's
Just
that.
so you know, Brian, we have it. We have it. It's there. We've got plenty of space for it.
Ken says, onlyfeet.com.
Yeah.
There you go. Onlyfeet.com.
So gross. So
Y'all can
nasty.
branch
Let
off.
me see it. Let me see it.
I was mostly kidding whenever I said that, but now it's like maybe there might be something there.
There is definitely something there.
It's like at the same time, it's like that black stuff in between my toes.
Oh, come on now,
I
Jesus.
don't know what that is.
Oh, you're talking about toe jam.
That's actually a breakfast delicacy in some
Yes.
countries.
That is disgusting. No, it's not. It's not at all.
I bet it is. Someone Google it.
No.
Somebody in the comments it. Google it.
No,
Google
don't Google it. I don't want to see people eating
And actually,
toe jam from.
Is
no.
onlyfeet.com actually a website?
I
If
don't
not, we might need to
know.
buy that.
Right?
Get ready to sell it.
Right?
Why would you put this on the internet, for fuck's sakes?
We also have who is this? John?
John Daly says, and now you have a sign.
Now we have
Oh
some-
yeah, he put it. Yeah, now we have a sign. That was nothing. It's like, yeah, now we've been here 3 years.
It
right?
is an
And we
amazing
just
sign.
got signed.
I've seen
and
it.
It looks so good. I love you so much, JD.
Yeah, we did. We just got
I
signed
do.
today.
It looks
And
awesome.
fun fact, JD made that table too.
Yes, he did.
Did he?
Yes,
Yeah.
he did.
Oh, dude,
Yeah.
you've been holding out on us, JD.
Yeah,
man,
he's-
I
he's-
think
A
one of
jack
these
of
like
all
the warrior.
trades. A jack of all trades, sir.
Wow.
You are
Yeah, he killed it.
amazing.
He
And I
killed
love
it.
you.
Holding
Robert
out.
says, what does Robert say? Rob, I know you are not going to let that story go without telling him.
You mentioned the Native American community in Bluntstown.
Yeah.
I'm from Bluntstown.
Oh, right on.
Robert, that's my dad. He was born in Bluntstown. We're related to the Native American tribe in Bluntstown.
Very cool.
Yeah, so when you said Native American Bluntstown.
The McNutt, I think is his name, is the one that
Um,
they've invited me over there.
Okay.
I can't think of his first name. His daughter was Elizabeth McNutt, and she just got married. I can't remember her name.
Yeah, we went to their wedding.
We went to their wedding.
Yeah,
at
and
the
they did
tribal-
a
the-
traditional.
Yeah.
Tribal. Yeah,
that's
I
right.
remember
That's
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is really cool. Tribal
And-
weddings are really
They said that the ceremonial fire, like, they basically never let it go out, kind of thing. Like
Right.
the coals have been going forever.
cool. Right.
And so they were like, oh, your family's been around this fire before,
Right.
in history, kind of thing.
Wow.
And that's what's real cool about that place, and things like that,
That is pretty cool. That is
So are
pretty
you part of the tribe over there?
No. No.
cool.
We have cousins that have gone through the registration and
Gotcha.
gone through the whole thing.
I was a card holder at one time.
Yeah, I've done the research. I know it's there. That's
Yeah.
good enough for me.
I see that they do a thing called like stickball, and apparently they really whoop each other's ass over there with that. Like, sticks and stuff like that. It's apparently,
you're telling me something I haven't heard then.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
supposed to get
Oh,
pretty crazy.
yeah.
Where they
I
throw the
remember
ball with
yep.
the thing.
It's almost like
Lacrosse.
yeah.
Lacrosse.
It's like
Yes.
lacrosse.
They probably
Yes.
stole
Yes,
that from
exactly.
the natives too. Anyway,
And they stole that from hockey,
Oh,
from the
boy.
Canadians.
damn Canadians.
I don't know the
And
history
their
of
geese.
shit.
Yes,
Don't
those
listen to
Satan
me.
spawn. That's what I call them. So I used to work at this place called Homes.com, and they have like a really huge stairs that go up to the building. And geese used to go right in that corner of the stair in the building and lay its eggs. So every time you'd walk down the steps, it would attack you. And those shitheads are the meanest fucking
They
animals.
are.
Like
They
they're
really are.
mean.
They will attack the fuck
Yes.
out of you.
It chased me across the parking lot, and I'm like, I was like getting ready to fucking kill it, and somebody's like, "Don't kill it, it's protected," and I'm like, "What the?" I was really about to kill a fucking goose, and I was like, "No, I hate
Listen, it's
it."
trying to kill me.
That
I'm gonna
part.
kill it first.
I heard that there's a military that used geese actually. As,
Yes, yes,
Some kind of like protection.
I've heard about that too. That
And
they
I was
use-
like, are you
yeah.
fucking with me?
Well,
like that.
those geese would also go up to cars, and when it see a reflection, it would sit there and just peck itself
I've
repeatedly.
had a couple
and fuck
birds
up that.
do
Yeah.
that.
Oh god,
Yeah.
I bet.
My
Peacocks are bad
vehicle's
about
into
that,
a
too.
bedroom window, and dude,
Oh god.
talk about every morning you hear that.
Oh.
Pump up that BB gun.
Look, all I'm saying, if I was protected, I'd run through Walmart just slapping motherfuckers in the
Fuck
face. All
yeah.
day. Out the way.
Well, I mean that already happens, but that's another
I mean,
conversation.
Yeah.
Don't even get me started.
Yeah.
I think the last time I went to Walmart, I was by myself and I was really sick, and I went and I pretty much walked around and pretended I was blind. And so I would like bump into stuff, and then like I had this old lady. She was like, "Oh my god, are you okay?" And I was like, "I'm fine," like doing this, and I'm like, she's like right here, and I'm looking this way, and she was like completely fucking confused. I got in a little cart thing, and I bumped into one of the little stand-up things and knocked it all over, and I was like, whoops. And I was like, don't know what happened. And lady's
So
like,
you
are
were
you okay?
just spreading
Yeah, I was
disease
like,
around Walmart.
yeah, I was actually.
I don't know how you got that out of that, but okay. Sure.
It was actually just a sinus infection, so I went with it. But yeah. But I was just like, okay. So I was riding the little cart thing, and the lady asked if I was okay when I hit the thing. I told her I was blind, and she was like, "Oh, I'm so." Wait a minute, you're
How
driving.
can I
the thing.
help you?
Yeah, it was. It was one of those things. Oh, Jen had a question for you guys. She said, "Are you still needing guitar cases for the littles?"
Yes.
Yeah. They said they're half-size guitars that we just bought, and they said that you actually can't get hard cases for half-size guitars. So they make like soft cases that are they're a hard material. And the reason we need hard cases for guitars is because, in between shows, we got to stuff them kind of under the stage. And we want to be able to.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Right now, we're having to leave them on stands and put them around back and move all around.
So we have the guitars that we need. We just need cases for them to keep them protected.
Yeah.
So how can people help out with the charity group? What do you guys need? What can people do to get more involved?
They can go to tlmcharitygroup.org, and whether it's a gently used or really used instrument, they can donate it. We actually pay for them to be refurbished so that we can redistribute them or use them for classes.
Nice.
And so they can donate instruments. They can go to the website and choose to donate specifically to the instrument fund, and say, hey, here's $300 or $100 towards cases. So there's a lot of different ways you can contribute. We are also always looking for volunteers to teach. We actually had an overwhelming amount of students who applied for first year guitar, beginner guitar.
Wow.
For this, this session. Last year, it was 11 kids. Last year, it was 40 this year.
Wow.
So,
Hell yeah.
Yeah. We
Wow.
were excited about it, but we were also like, oh God, we need so many things. So we just, huge expense on getting a bunch of guitars, left-handed. We have a lot of lefties.
Really?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
And we have the chord charts and everything that we need for left-handed guitar players, but we do need
apparently
left-handed guitars.
left-handed stuff is hard to find right now. So you actually
Really?
have to restring.
There's a little bit of a disconnect between musical gear and left-handed people.
Yeah.
Not every fucking buddy is right-handed.
Yeah.
We were told that what we should do, and I'm not going to say who told us this, but we were told what we should do is just teach the left-handeds to play right-handed.
No, absolutely.
Yeah,
What
basically
we were
force
told
it on
to
them.
do.
What?
Yeah. I was like,
Yeah.
oh man.
I was like, no.
I mean,
I need left-handed guitars.
Oh,
I
man.
need you to string them left-handed.
Right.
This is what we need.
My 10-year-old's a lefty, so
and
I'm
that's what we were
left-handed.
told.
yeah, right. Yeah, that's
what
right.
I
you're
play
right.
right-handed though, but
I've seen you right.
it was probably because I've always just had access to right-handed stuff.
Because the nuns used to hit you with a
He's
ruler if you didn't
ambidextrous.
play.
Yeah, smash my
He
knuckles.
he can play either hand. He
Right.
writes left-handed. He throws a baseball.
somebody actually suggested to teach left-handed people how to play right-handed.
Yeah.
It's like, have you ever tried to write with your other hand, buddy?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And
Let
we
me know
were-
how that works out for you.
We were pretty upset.
Yeah.
We called, we said, hey, we need left-handed guitars. We've got
Yes.
3 left-handed students, and they
That's
go,
the fix.
we don't recommend that getting a left-handed guitar is just ridiculous.
No, it's
You
not.
need
Lazy to
teach
me. Like they
them
didn't want to.
that
They
we
didn't want
need
to set up
teach them how to
guitars
play
and go through the
right-handed.
trouble.
And I'm like, well,
Yeah, it was
what
crazy.
the hell?
Right.
I know a
No.
guy who plays left-handed who actually just flipped the guitar like this, and it's strung right-handed, and he learned to play it that way.
I mean, you
and-
can't-
Also,
Him.
Jimi Hendrix.
You
Yeah.
can file
Yeah.
down the
It was
Jimi
like-
notes.
Hendrix did that.
but it was strung upside down, or it was flipped over but strung
He
normal.
Restrung it.
Yeah, you can
normal.
absolutely
This
restring
guy
and
did
file
not
down the nut,
restring
but
it. He just flips it
takes
over.
a
Oh,
little
wow.
jury rigging.
Oh,
But yeah, there's no booklets or workbooks that you can give them to be
Yeah.
like, oh, just flip your guitar.
So if there's any
upside down and
left-handed
you're
guitar
fine.
players that want to volunteer,
Hey,
you know,
anybody out there left-handed, hit them up.
Yeah. or
So
left-handed half-size and left-handed full-size guitars, we would need 2. It's half-size left-handed and 2 full-size left-handed classical
Yes.
guitars
Yeah,
for
nylon
students.
strings.
Yeah,
Which
for
we
their
have
little
we have
non-calloused fingertips.
We have
Yeah.
the strings, we have the workbooks, we have the chord charts, we have
Wow.
everything that they need. Instruments are hard to come by.
right.
You know,
Yeah.
we, like I said, we
ones
accept
to give them.
donations of, you know, those guitars
Right.
or whatever instruments. We're actually opening up this summer. We're going to be doing. We just started the electric guitar lessons.
We did.
Oh,
But
nice.
this summer we're opening up piano and drums.
That's awesome.
Nice. That's what I was about to ask. Like, is it only guitar lessons, or do you do like
This
No,
summer,
it's-
flutes,
no,
trumpets,
we're doing,
saxophones?
Hip hop dance actually starts Monday.
Nice.
yes,
Manny Fresco.
Manny Fresco. Yeah, he's
Yeah.
he's an amazing choreographer.
And
in
he volunteered to
Tallahassee.
teach
He
students.
volunteered
Awesome.
to teach.
We have 11 hip hops dance
yes,
students.
yes,
Wow.
yes,
And
and
I don't
then
remember their age ranges.
they
5 to 10.
mostly teenagers
Oh.
actually. Yeah,
Oh.
mostly teenagers.
That's pretty cool.
But this summer we're opening up jazz, ballet, and we're providing the shoes that they need, the dance wear that they need.
I just spilled my soda in front of it. All in my hair. It's the secret of having long hair is spilling soda in it.
Tell me about it.
Yeah, the flavor saver. You know?
I don't have that problem.
A cool thing about the electric student, actually, he was one of our top graduates of last year's class. So our top one, we are paying for a scholarship for him to go to the Music Lessons Express and do a thing.
Respect.
And
That
then
is
our
awesome.
second one, he's the one coming and doing this class. A person donated a half stack crate, so he's learning on that.
That's awesome.
And a person, he goes by Uncle Metal. I don't know if he wants me to say his name. Anyway, he donated a Kramer guitar, and what we're doing is we're letting this kid learn on that Kramer, and he doesn't know
Wow.
it, but we're going to give him the Kramer
Oh,
at the end
that
of the
is
class. You know,
awesome.
because he made the effort to want to come back.
Right.
Like he was going to sign up for the same class again, and his sister signed up.
His sister signed up for a beginner guitar one.
Yep.
You know, the same class
That
that
is so
he
cool.
attended.
A lot of them are siblings that are coming in.
That is pretty cool.
Yeah.
So, are you going to be opening up to trumpets and like doing like
Brass
No.
instruments, I would love. I
Yeah.
would honestly love the reintroduction of brass instruments in any band.
that?
I would
yeah,
love to
I
see
agree with
brass
that.
come back.
It would
Yeah,
just be
I
teachers.
want that.
Gotta
so
have the
much.
teachers.
Mm-hmm.
Trial by Stone, you listening?
I was about to say.
Yeah.
Just saying. Throwing that out there. What about like what? How can people who have kids that maybe want to learn, how can they go and sign up for the classes? And are there any type of restrictions like age limits or
We're-
anything like that?
We're probably going to establish some sort of, I don't know if we're going to do an age limit, but we're going to at least divide the classes by age, opposed to having them kind of lumped in like we're doing.
The
Okay.
first session that we've ever tried elementary school students.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
the first
Yeah.
time we ever did it, it was just it was strictly middle school students, high school students, and you know, it worked out really well.
They learn at a different
Pace.
Yes.
It's 1 hour,
Right.
12 weeks. So it's 12 hours total, right?
Okay.
And so some of these last year, they went from never holding a guitar
Right.
to playing the 12-bar blues with like a drummer and a bass player on a track.
Wow.
And we actually keep to the, it's like the Hot One student thing. It's like a local handbook put together by a teacher,
Prassy.
Prassy. He
Who's
helped
been
do it with some
prominent.
other local teachers. And
Okay.
so it's kind of like, they're kind of getting a little tiptoe into that. And then by the time they make it to like Guitar One in high school or Guitar One in middle school,
Yeah.
they've had the book and they're kind of fresh on it. And so they'll feel a little, oh, I'm ahead of everybody. and that's how you get that.
I really like
You know?
that format.
Yeah.
Doing 1 hour, 12 1-hour sessions.
Yeah.
That's it.
I'm a guitarist myself. And so if you practice just 1 fucking hour a week,
Mhm.
you know, over the course of 12 weeks, starting out, you know, you're going to have all that experience or knowledge now
Yeah.
under your belt. So
And
that's
it's not too much to get too burned out on it.
Absolutely.
You know? And so
Now,
that's
the
the big
littles,
thing.
they're the challenge
Yeah.
because
yeah.
they
It's like
have an
15 minutes, they're
attention
like,
span like a gnat.
Of
You know.
course.
You know,
I'm
they're
a
like
child because they're
20,
they're
yeah,
children.
they're children.
Yeah.
So it's like, 15 minutes into the session, they're pretty much over it. You know,
Oh, look
so,
over there. Yeah.
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 Yeah, done
Scroll.
with it, over. What am I doing? Why? I'm strumming. Like, I came
Yeah.
in earlier and, there was a few of them that
I
just
came for
had
the
it
cookies.
laid on their lap, going blah, 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 just playing with the strings.
Which
you
at
know.
that age, I was just like, you know what? Practice pressing your finger in between the fret and making
Yeah.
a sound with
Absolutely.
the stick, and
Just
then
make the sound.
sliding up to the next fret.
Yep.
And then
Mhm.
Exactly.
I had all the way down, so it's like a 5-year-old, and then on down the line all the way to a 16-year-old for the same class, and I'm like, oh man, this is like hard
Yeah.
to kind of do.
It's going to
So
be a challenge.
I'm giving this one a different lesson than this one over here, but trying to still
Right.
not let them get discouraged amongst each other because this kid over here is doing
Right.
way better, and they're doing good. And it's so a 5 to 7-year-old
5 to 8.
teaching them to go down each note and say, "Oh, that's a E, A, D, G,
Right.
B, E."
Well, and that's why I've always said you got to teach them the anatomy of a guitar
Yes.
Yeah.
first.
And how to hold it.
yeah,
and
how to hold
then-
it. That's
Yes.
yeah.
Yes,
you know?
the anatomy, how to hold it, and then teaching them,
Yeah,
just
beyond that, man, we just want to be that spark, that initial spark, right? And beyond
we
that,
actually give a scholarship to one of our first.
that's what I'm saying. Yeah, the first guitar graduate. who
Yeah,
came,
he's
he excelled.
amazing. Like
Yeah.
he just sent us a video of we just gave him an amp because
Wait, send us a video.
yeah,
Oh,
we have
I-
a video.
What video?
It's an amazing video.
Oh,
But yeah, she was like, this is within 2 weeks of him getting his, guitar for Christmas.
Yeah.
And he blew me away.
a guy donated it was a lady. What was it? He donated. He donated the 212 cab. We gave that to the top guitar graduate last year because they said they got him an electric and he was really excelling in it.
Wow.
And he had a little single
Little
cat thing that
tiny, yeah.
he was already kind of outgrowing, and we were like, oh, all right.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
We have one comment real quick. It's Paul. He says, "Y'all are wicked awesome. Please keep doing y'all.
Yes.
We have a 9-year-old who could be awesome."
Yeah, so 9 was the youngest of our last class last year.
Oh wow.
And it was a little girl, and she came in and she was hanging with it, with everyone, and able to read the chord chart and knew where her fingers needed to go, and she could do it for a couple measures and progressions, but then just her little
It's hard.
You know?
It's
Yeah.
hard. That's why we
It's
do
just-
nylon for them. Classical with nylon strings because it's just hard. Like
Yeah.
you can't do
Not to
steel
mention-
with your little fingers.
Learning
you know.
on a classical acoustic guitar, it's not like playing on Ibanez where you're playing on a super thin neck and the necks are like playing a fucking bat, and you're playing these wicked, you're stretching your fingers and
Yeah.
you're getting the dexterity in your fingers that you
Yeah.
just do not get wearing
Yeah.
on electric.
Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's
and
not-
once when I started playing, my dad said, "Listen, you want to start on a classical acoustic.
Yeah.
That's where you want to start because once you get that down, playing an electric is going to be a breeze for you."
No joke.
Wow.
I've been playing an acoustic for the last 3 years. Nothing but acoustic. I recently picked up an electric amp and I had a guitar and Ibanez sitting around and I picked it up for the first time in years. And I was like, holy shit, look at these fucking things. And I can do now. And I've been playing since I was 16 or whatever.
You're like, I'll break this neck in half.
Yeah. but having played just on an acoustic for 3 years, I'm so much further along
Yeah.
than I've
Yes.
ever been in my life.
Well,
I love
that's
an
why
acoustic.
that's where they need to start.
Yeah.
Because once they get that down,
Makes sense. That makes sense.
It was I think even Mayday Parade, some of the guitar players is it one guitar player? I don't even know how many there are. Anyway, they're from here. They
Yes.
actually learned in the same book from Pressy.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yes.
Nice.
And so it's like things like that, is how local the even the lesson
Yeah,
plan.
we actually have a huge interview that we did with Mayday Parade. They talked
That's
about
cool.
their experience in Tallahassee, where they started, how they met
That's
up,
cool.
what the music scene was like when they were here,
That's so
and
nice.
how
that's about
important
to
it
come out.
is to have, programs available to youth where, access to art, the arts, where they can learn, all these different types of, just everything.
That is so badass.
Oh,
Let's put guitars in kids' hands, not DJ tables. For
Get off the computer, kids.
Get off the
Get off
computer,
the
kids.
Yeah.
So we are going to take a quick intermission really quick.
Quick intermission.
Yeah,
5 minutes.
Not Ember
yeah.
Fading style.
Tuning
Okay,
our
look,
and
ears.
that's for
Is
me
that
to
what
just
it's
grab
time
one
to
and
tune
come
our
back.
ears?
Yeah, go use the restroom, whatever. So we're going to take a quick intermission. We'll be back.
Meetings.
We're
We'll be
going to
back.
talk
Don't go nowhere.
barbecue when we
Yes.
get
We went from
back.
a
Yes.
Oh, yeah, by the
So
way.
big.
So many
It's
bands. I
here.
better refresh on that one.
Yeah, there you go.
Man.
We'll be right back, guys. Stick around.
Oh,
the
every
fuck?
construction worker.
Yeah, I deleted the whole fucking scene. I couldn't figure out how to turn off the
music.
music. Couldn't figure it out. And we're back.
Hey, George has got a friend now, by the way.
And welcome back to Internite.
There's the moth.
That's right.
There's two of them.
I've been listening to a lot of Black Moth lately. You guys hear them?
Yes.
They're fucking badass.
Black
Black Moth.
Oh, yeah.
They're fucking badass.
It's like your spirit
Please
animal.
tell me this is like a Scandinavian death metal band.
No, I don't think so. They're more of I listen to groove rock shit. I don't listen to that death metal
I mean,
stuff.
nor do I really, but
Yeah. No, I mean they're dozer. They got dozer fuzz on them.
It
You know?
depends on the era for
Yeah.
me, if you call it death metal.
There was an old
So,
death
like,
metal
what would be
band
death
from
metal
here
be?
that was like not famous here, but famous overseas or something. Do y'all remember them?
Well, not death metal, but I love his era.
oh, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah,
I'm right there with you.
I don't remember.
You ain't talking about Cruise Shadows.
That era.
Yes, Crew Shadows.
They like play like festivals overseas and
Yes,
shit.
yes,
Yeah.
Crew Shadows. They're super fucking famous.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Overseas.
Rogue singing. Johanna, good friend of mine, Johanna played violin.
Ah.
Yeah.
Crew Shadows.
Seems like everyone named Johan is a good guitar player.
We have a comment from Brian.
Hey.
Brian. He says,
Hold on, I
What
gotta
is
get
this?
I gotta get the
Oh,
mouse over there.
here we go. Wait.
Oh, Techno God.
Yeah.
My bad,
Techno
Techno God. No, let's,
I knew who you were talking
the
about.
million versions of
Missing
death
out
metal.
on some good
metal.
music.
And then the techno goth thing.
Yep. And then go up a little bit to one more. That
Oh,
one.
Yeah, went to high school with.
Yeah, went to high school with Alex and Cabbage for Mayday. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
Alicia just
That's
met
cool.
Cabbage, didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah,
Nickname Cabby. They call him Cabby.
Eating
No.
at Summer's house or
Yeah.
summer
Summer
house.
smoke. Summer smokehouse.
Summer Smokehouse barbecue.
I have a picture of him mowing down on Summer Smokehouse.
That's
I was like,
hilarious.
can I take a picture of you? He's like, yes, of course you can. And
Oh,
yeah, so they call him Cabby. That's what they call him, is
that's
Cabby.
cool.
Yeah.
Brian said, my buddy George played guitar with Crew Shadows.
Oh,
That's pretty cool. That's awesome. All right. So I want to know more about BBQ. What can you
Yes.
and can you not say that I'm going to try to ask you to say anyway?
doors are at 3, and barbecue is something that Jason Sauer
Yep.
has been doing for
So sour design.
ever, and it started with him and I think Penny Ray
Mm-hmm.
in like their backyard, and they would just invite over musicians to come out, hang out, and then it just kind of evolved. We did our first one together at my old location. I don't remember which one that was, and I think I did one there. I can't remember if we did 2 there. And then we did
I think it's number
one of
8.
this one. This is definitely the biggest one,
Oh, yeah.
especially
By
with
far.
Oh,
with
yeah.
Core being
Oh.
reunited. Like, holy shit, we announced that, and it went from, it was like 6 tickets, and then we announced Core, and it went to like 150, and we were like, holy shit, it went to 150 in like a couple
And on
hours.
its own,
And then it went to
grew.
like 390. And
Oh,
we were like,
wow.
We're now at
Oh, shit.
840.
Jeez.
Wow.
no, we're actually at 905.
Speaking of the devil, we have Sour in chat.
Hey.
He says he can say whatever he wants.
Oh, there you go. There we go.
What's up, Sour?
But yeah, he's been in the music scene forever. And he's actually a big wig. I don't know if he wants us to say anything about what he's doing.
I know all of the things.
He's a big wig
I'm
that
not
people
gonna
should be brown
say all
nosing.
of the things.
Right.
Yeah, he should be the
100%.
one.
Like, if I was in a band,
Absolutely.
you should be
Absolutely.
Get it in there, you know.
All I'm gonna say is product placement.
Triangle,
Sour
he's,
Designs.
Yeah.
Sour Designs. He's an amazing promoter. He does amazing with graphics. He's
he
a
does.
really great event organizer, and he
Yeah, he
has so much loyalty because he is the seed that grew the live music community
Yes.
in Tallahassee. That is what he is, and he's very humble.
Yeah,
He doesn't like to put that out at all. You know, he's also FFEA, Florida
Mhm.
Festivals and Events Association,
Yup,
which he
he's saying,
doesn't
don't
tell.
say that. He
Oh,
didn't want anybody to
I'm
know that.
sorry. Forgive me, Sour, but you were the shit. You were the best guy ever, and he deserves recognition. He
And-
really
Yeah,
does.
I agree with that.
As you can see,
No.
Oh, he already said. He said, "LOL." I saw the Bud Light. And he
But,
said,
yeah.
"Just one of many."
yeah, he, with 101.5, he was here when 101.5 was really active in the
Oh yeah,
With AJ.
scene.
Yeah.
you know.
With AJ.
I remember all that.
Yeah.
Dilly dilly.
Dilly dilly, kid. Dilly dilly. That's too funny. So, what can we expect this year from Bama Q being at the Warrior?
We mixed it up with some new college bands this time, along with the old school crowd and some of the new school and stuff like that.
And the up and coming bands they're very good.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
worth seeing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Have you seen any of them?
Yeah, so I had the privilege of seeing two of the bands at the event this past Saturday, excuse me. Falls Chase
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yes.
and
Ember Fading.
Ember
Fading,
Fading,
thank
yeah.
you.
Yeah.
And I was, unfortunately, I'd never seen any of the guys before, and I was blown
Oh,
the
Yeah,
fuck
they're really
away.
Yes.
Landon of False Chase is
Oh,
the real
God.
deal.
Landon, so him and I were bros. I just fucking met him last weekend, and we're already bros.
So immediately connected.
I love that dude.
Yeah.
I fucking love that
I
dude.
do too.
He's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is. He's really cool.
He's really talented. We actually got to do during the whole COVID thing. We were shut down. We did a unplugged series like TLMC Unplugged. Kind of like our idea was like
It
VH1
was
storytellers,
a recorded
and,
feature series that we did during the shutdown when all of the events got canceled during
Yeah.
COVID and no musicians had anywhere to go to perform anywhere. What we did was we hosted them at our venue and we did a recorded feature series.
I remember
And
that.
Yes.
That was awesome.
Video and tracked on like Pro Tools or whatever, and
That's
Mixed.
awesome.
mixed it all down.
Yeah.
Damn.
Then broadcasted that live with the multiple
Actually,
video
to
shots
this
and stuff.
this day, Falls Chase still has more video views from the recorded feature series than
That is badass.
anyone did.
I would actually put it. It's almost like Alice in Chains Unplugged. Like
Yeah,
watching them do it
that-
unplugged.
He's got that voice. So
Yeah.
when we had
He
Ember
sounds like
Fading,
Eddie Vedder.
yes, he
He
does.
does.
Yes, he does.
Yes.
So we had Ember Fading Friday night, and they came on the podcast. We got to meet awesome guys. I
Shout out
absolutely
to those
adore
guys.
them. Yeah,
Yeah,
shout
Jarrett's
out to
a
all
good
of them.
friend of mine now. And,
Yeah.
I've known his wife.
Jared,
since I was
Steve,
way back.
Melissa was here. We got to meet Melissa. She was
Castro.
she was a
Yeah.
badass dude. Like I love her. Like
Yeah.
she is amazing. But we actually after the podcast we were like, hey, let's go grab some beer. So we actually ended up Jarrett and Steve and Melissa and us. We all went out to Just One More, and it was karaoke with DJ Rock.
Nice.
And so Steve and Landon, Paul Chase, they ended up showing up, and Steve and Landon actually ended up going up there and doing karaoke together. It was pretty
They
cool.
did
nice.
System of a Down.
They did some aerials. They did aerials.
Yeah,
Yeah,
nice.
and fucking killed it.
yeah, they did.
Nice.
Yeah,
That's
they did.
awesome.
That was
DJ Rock.
And it's really cool for me because having met all these guys, they're all really cool guys,
Yeah,
really
they are.
humble and
Mhm.
down to earth and intelligent and funny, but they're also great fucking musicians.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Landon's got something
Dude,
real,
to say he's got
it's like
something.
real
Yeah.
raw talent, and he's young. And
Yeah.
that was I had to deal with so much EDM stuff, and like to see the young generation coming up and they're playing like really soulful.
Mm-hmm.
I say soulful, he's like grunge, right? But they
Grunge.
still.
Definitely grunge.
Someone actually posted a picture of his mom did a picture of Janis Joplin
Yes.
doing a thing, and him next to it. And it was like they're like twins,
Yeah.
like in one of these poses, and it's like, he sounds like Eddie Vedder. It's almost like Eddie Vedder and Seether Singer had a baby, and like and like a little bit of
like
Kurt Cobain in there,
Yeah.
and stuff like. But he's real grunge based and old school. So to see his age being that
Yeah.
it's like Pearl Jam and
Consumed
Alice in
with it,
Chains
right?
had a baby.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
You're not wrong.
And there is Landon.
There you go.
That is, you know.
And not for nothing, their I guess their guitarist got, what was it? The Poison Ivy got
Oh yeah, they
Poison
played.
Ivy.
It was probably a weird set when you saw them, wasn't it?
Yeah. So
Who was playing drums? Was their drummer playing drums, or was like someone else playing drums?
they had to really rearrange things. I can't remember exactly what the
Their
configuration.
Someone
drummer
couldn't
got
make
Poison Ivy.
It was their drummer that got Poison
So
Ivy.
their drummer wasn't.
Yes,
Yeah.
and so their guitarist was playing drums.
Oh my god!
Yes, and
you liked
killed
them?
it. Yeah, no,
It was
oh,
so
wow.
amazing.
Yeah, no, it was so
Wow.
amazing. And I'd never seen them before.
Oh,
I had
wow,
no
bro.
idea that they said, "Oh shit, we've got to come up with this shit on the fly right now."
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, you got to catch them.
And I love that
Oh,
though,
yeah, for
because
sure.
that gives me hope for the up and coming generation.
Oh, yeah.
You know, as far as live music and really, especially bringing it back to the Tallahassee scene
Mm-hmm.
because it was so robust,
Yeah.
and then it just fell off for a while, and now it's up and coming, and then
Yeah.
we get to see bands like Falls Chase and the Retrograde,
Mhm.
and it's just it gives me hope.
And with your drummer
That-
being down, how many bands would have canceled and said, "Nope, drummer around, can't do
Can
it."
do it.
Dude,
Yeah.
Falls Chase. I call it band whores is what I would call them because they play the shit out some gigs and it doesn't like the unplugged thing. The lead guitar player couldn't make it, so it was just Landon, bass, and then they played
It's
the
always
Cajon,
only ever been three.
box.
Yeah.
And just those three held it down.
Yes.
Perfect, and man, they are really good, dude. At Barbecue,
Yeah.
if it's hopefully he's healed. They said it was like poison ivy all
Yeah.
over his
Oh
face.
God.
Poor guy, Their drummer is real raw, like Dave Grohl, man. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, and those guys, right? They're even a certain age. That kid deserves a good drum set.
Yes.
He's playing on a shitty ass drum set. I hate to say it. I mean, it's a shitty drum set compared to what
Donate
a lot
drum
of people
sets,
come.
go to
And so if
TLN
anyone's ever
charity
sharing a drum
groups.org.
set,
There's your
I'm always
plug.
like, oh, well, they'll want to use it. Dude, he's one of those that, like, he is deserving
Yeah.
of a badass set.
Yeah.
Like if I had ever come across one, they're kind of outside the age range, but they are also the group that we also have to encourage in a positive way. Like, hey, Landon,
Absolutely.
we love seeing you play, and like, hey, Paul Chase, we love seeing you play, but play responsibly, right? And like, and treat it like it's a business
Yes.
in a sense, right?
Well,
There is
yeah,
a
and
business sense to what you're doing,
It is
not
They-
just a party.
They need
But
to
don't
be,
lose the party.
Right.
Right,
Right.
Don't lose the party.
It's
Yeah.
it's a
Have a good
business.
time.
It's fun.
Yes,
Yeah,
have a
yeah.
good time, but know how to limit yourself, know how to manage
Yes.
everything,
Yeah,
know
yeah.
how to, keep it all in line.
Yeah.
Because,
So
I mean, listen, there have been times that I've had to come to Landon and been like, hey, knocking beer out of his hand. Listen, you can't drink this.
Yeah.
You're 16. No.
You're 16.
No.
He's not 16
He's
now.
not
Yeah,
16
he's not now, but yeah.
we've
that
been
wasn't at our
working
venue.
with him for a while.
For the record.
Yeah. Anyway, but so,
Right.
for example of partying in a good environment, one
Yeah.
of the sound technicians for Barbecue, who's running the Tiki stage,
Mm-hmm.
was an apprentice who started when he was 15. He's 18 now. He just got on like full payroll, and he can handle a show by himself. So this won't be his first one where I'm like, hey, you've got 8 bands, 15-minute changeovers. You better be on time, So
He's so good.
he can handle it. And
That is
he's,
awesome.
so good.
he's very professional, and
He
he'll be
trained under
handling.
Chris.
That's awesome.
Yeah, he'll be handling that whole
Tiki stage.
Tiki
Yep,
stage.
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yep.
So speaking of Ember Fading, we actually have Melissa in the chat.
Oh,
Hey,
How far back do
girl.
I gotta go? I can't see.
Right there. She
Was
said,
it?
"Thank you,
Yes.
Steven Steven's in. He said, fuck yeah. Amber Fading. We have Melissa Against It All. You guys are amazing. Brian said,
Soulful
was
Grunge.
it Creed's Soulful Grunge?
Yeah.
Melissa
That's a good
did.
description.
Melissa did confirm it was the drummer. And then we have Brian who says, make Tallahassee hip again.
I
Love
tell you
it.
what, and not to go too far off of the Bandicoot track, but our Final Feud, those
Oh,
kids.
dude.
Yeah, I mean, you guys know Kyler.
Oh, Kai
Yeah.
is volunteering.
Kai.
Actually,
Yeah.
Kai.
Yeah, he teaches lessons now.
Yes. I said our family feud when they first came. I was like, "Oh, it's our family feud, right?" And they're like, "Oh, it's our Final Feud." Everybody keeps saying that. You know? Like,
Family feud.
Anyway,
our family feud.
Kai volunteered,
Who the fuck would name
and
a band
yesterday
Our
was his
Family
first
Feud?
class.
You'd be surprised.
Kai did his first class yesterday, volunteering,
Hell yeah.
teaching students. He had 8
Loved
students that were all, I think,
Teenagers.
one was 7.
Was 7.
Aw.
The rest
Right.
were teenagers.
The rest were teenagers, and man, he.
Chris helped with the smaller, the
I'm
little.
not sure what
I
he
call them
did.
littles.
He was up in Atlanta, and I think they did a lot of like workshop things in Atlanta. So
They
Atlanta
also
must
did a
have
lot
a
of
cool
shows.
thing for music that
Yep.
Tallahassee should look
They
at.
did a lot of
and
shows.
I might actually study that a little bit because
That is better.
Kai has an insight in whatever environment he was able to access has done him really well, and he is enthusiastically passing that down to
Yes. Very
the next
happy. It's a
generation,
volunteer
right?
for
And
us.
coming in and so, for example, his band
Mhm.
can come rehearse whenever they want to
His band
because
is
he's volunteering
also awesome.
to teach kids. So I told him anytime you want to rehearse, actually, I think they're coming tomorrow. They're rehearsing, so they're going to be on, I think, the music hall stage, like full stage, and they get to rehearse their set. And
That's badass.
their singer had never been on the stage before
Yeah.
until the last show that they just did with us.
Yep.
And we let them rehearse before that because Kai came in and did some stuff with us, volunteer help, trying to do sound.
Well,
That
his
is cool.
mom also did social media management for us, graphic design for us.
Yeah.
And is the one who was like, my son will do it.
Yeah. And see, so it takes
It's
a
always the
good
mom.
parent
Yeah.
to reach out, like for these kids that are coming. I mean,
It
it
changes
takes a
your
parent
life,
to drive them
though.
there.
Yeah,
and so
it really
it's got to
does.
be, and that's what we like to help is the parents who have the drive
Yes.
and the determination
them
to
there.
get there.
To
We
get
want
them
our
there.
kid to do this.
Yes.
You know, they can't necessarily afford it, or it's just something that like
Well,
if they have to pay
it's
for it, they got other
mostly
things
based
they want
off
to pay
of the
for.
passion
So it's,
of the kid. You know, if the
It's-
kid shows no interest,
anyway, yeah. So
then
Yeah.
our final
it is
feud,
what it is.
Absolutely.
You know,
and they are great.
Dude, their drummer,
They're great.
he blew me away. First time I
Yeah,
heard him,
yeah.
because I was guitar teching for him at that show, and I was just watching because I had to hide behind an amp like a little troll and just hand out a tuned guitar, every once in a while, and I'm watching him. He just on the double bass, and I was like, "God damn, this kid's awesome."
Yeah, they're tight.
Yes.
They're really good. And Kai put that stuff together. The songs, I think.
Yeah, he does. He writes. He's
Trumpet
amazing.
player.
Oh,
That seems
Melissa.
like is that a dirty joke?
I have a trumpet player you can borrow anytime.
Wah, wah,
So, tell us what bands are going to be on BenQ.
Oh. All right.
Unless he pulls out the set
Everybody
list.
pull out your fingers so
All
that
right,
we don't
here we
miss
go.
anyone.
Here we go.
Who can
All right,
pull
so
up a set list?
Core.
Pull up a
Core.
set list.
We got Trial by Stone also.
Probably
Yes.
Stones.
That's old school. We've got Carrying Curse.
Carrying Curse.
We've got Ember Fading. We got Falls Chase. All right, so that's 5.
That's 5.
We got Romexis.
Mm-hmm.
We've got one of the college bands is Redrawn.
Okay.
College band is Airport Drive.
Mm-hmm.
The college band is Manic that y'all should definitely see.
Manic is
They're very good.
Okay.
incredible.
Retrograde.
Retrograde.
Right, so
That's
10.
10.
So we got 4 more. Retrograde.
Well, one dropped.
No one drops. We got
One
the Dusty
person dropped.
Gravelers.
Uh-huh.
We got.
Trial by Stone.
We
Already said that.
Did you say Carry On Curse?
Yep.
Said that.
Yeah.
Did you
So,
say
excuse me.
Tragic.
Oh, This Dying Breed.
This Dying Breed.
Tragic.
Tragic.
And man,
Who's the other one? We're missing one.
feel bad.
did you say Fighting Giants?
Fighting
Fighting
Giants.
Giants.
Fighting
That's
Giants.
it.
That's it.
Ah,
And Fighting
there it
Giants.
is.
Richard Burt just donated
2
2 junior sized
Yep.
Yamaha classical guitars that he went to Music Masters and got.
Wow.
It was
with
him
cases.
in the
Hell
name
yeah.
of Cue the Muses. So him and Ash Vaughn. Yep. In their project they're doing, which is actually really cool. I saw a preview of that. That looks awesome.
Yeah.
And then Jason Cupp of Core also donated in that. So 3 guitars we got.
Damn.
That
So
is
between
badass.
Cue the Muses with Richard and Fighting Giants
And then
Jason Cupp
yeah.
Core, we
That
got
is
the 3.
It is so cool to see local musicians donating
Oh
to
yeah.
Yeah.
this cause.
And they were happy to do it, man. And I actually, seriously, for the first time, almost teared up. And
I know, right?
I had to fight it off so they
Yeah.
wouldn't see
I
me.
did.
bit.
I
You know?
cry every time.
Aw.
Every time he comes to me and he's like, someone donated the guitars, and I'm like,
Yeah, she
I
does.
literally I cry every time. I can't help it. I cry every time.
But that was
I love
14, right?
That was
Stop
14.
telling me
Yeah.
because I cry
That's
every time.
14.
Doors are at 3. We're gonna try and do food in like.
Oh wait, there's gonna be food.
It's-
There
Oh.
really is.
There's
Yeah.
always
It's
free.
free.
barbecue.
It's free barbecue. We're doing a
Oh,
pig roast, and we're gonna have
Nice.
some butts, and I think we're encouraging people to bring.
Butts.
Yeah, we're gonna have some butts. I think we're
Hey,
encouraging
now.
people to bring some sides. I know Dustin Blake actually, I think, likes to cook as well as paint.
No shit.
Dustin Blake of this dying breed.
Yes.
I'll bake some brownies.
Yep.
Yeah,
Everybody loves
Uh,
brownies.
he actually
likes
left a
our
crock pot there for
Special
like 2
brownies?
months.
I mean, I can.
The last time.
Not those brownies, Alicia.
Every
I'm
time,
so sorry. I'm sorry.
every time we have a potluck at work, I'll bake brownies, and I never get to take any home, so I'll bake some
I
brownies.
saved you a few the last time.
Huh?
I did save you a few the last time.
You did. So he had
Yeah.
to save me some, so I would actually get one of my own brownies at the potluck at the
Nice.
work because there was none left. I saw one guy walk by. He had 5 brownies. Jabri.
Yeah.
Shout out Jabri if you're watching for my brownies. But he would walk by with like a plate of like a stack of 5 brownies on his plate, and I'm like, can I have one of those? He's like, no, and I'm like, I bake them. Like, so yeah, I'll make some brownies for y'all.
You know,
I
and
can
then,
totally do that.
so this barbecue, we normally have had it in like the name of a person, right? We're
Mhm.
raising money for a person. This time we were going to do it for TLMC. I mean,
Yes.
we are predominantly doing it for TLMC. We do actually, and I'm springing this on her and Jason now.
Cool.
Actually,
Sweet.
Jason
Jason,
hasn't
you
heard this,
watching?
and she hasn't heard this. Everybody,
Oh, cool. Spring in something. It's fine.
Mike, man, his last name, Urbanski or he just lost a leg due to some stuff, and he's having trouble paying for some things. He actually has attended lots of shows, super energetic about local bands, loves everyone, and I mean, he's a good guy,
Mhm.
hard worker, you know. So we weren't able to organize it totally to him, but we're probably going to have some sort of thing out for him at the show.
That would
That's
be awesome.
awesome.
Urbanski.
That way we're helping someone.
Michael Urbanski.
Nice.
He actually brought me an Arrowhead, the show, many years ago.
Oh, cool.
Oh, that is awesome. So, can we talk set times?
Set times. I can pull my phone out and do it. Can I pull my phone out? Is that
Yes.
improper?
Yep, yep, just make
Pull
sure
it
it's
out and throw it that way.
don't touch the table, stay away from the cord.
Interference.
Jason Sauer commented. He said, "We're also remembering the late Jason Red. Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Red,
Yep,
Red
Big
at
Red.
Hog Hill.
Oh man, we just
Not raising money
had
for
we did have a remembrance for Red.
Yeah,
It was just a couple of days after he passed. We had people coming from Jacksonville
oh I bet.
to come and support him, and I met him one time,
Yeah,
and I was still just in tears.
He was a cool
because-
dude.
yeah,
Yeah, all the people who showed up to support him and just give love,
yeah,
it was overwhelming,
yeah.
and
And unfortunately, we actually, I think the last one we did for Brian Coghill to help him with things because he's suffered that terrible car accident. We
Yeah.
lost his wife, and he actually passed away. And
Brian Coghill,
Yeah.
he was a really
in August of
I
last
heard
year.
very
that.
close
Yeah.
friend of mine. He
Yeah.
was such a sweet.
He had
like,
actually just come by and held our son and was like
wanted
playing
to,
with him and stuff like
wanted
that,
to
like
do
right before that.
lighting and help with
Wow.
production and
So it is in remembrance of him as well. So
Awesome.
there are two big parts of the community that we lost there.
Yeah, absolutely. That's awesome that you guys are still including that in
Yeah,
remembrance.
yeah. So thanks, Howard, for
For
adding that.
I don't know
Yeah,
where
yeah.
the camera is. Is it there?
So do y'all want to hear? Do y'all want to
Yes.
hear the set times?
Come on, set
Set
list.
times.
All right, which stage?
Let's do Tiki stage first.
All right, Tiki stage. So 3 to 3:45 is food. So you got to get there early for the free food. There's only so much.
Right.
We're not providing food the whole time. Beer. You got to get there early for the beer.
Oh yeah,
There's
kill the
only
cake.
so much beer.
We have 2
You
picks.
have to come early to get the beer.
Yep.
Right? The free beer. And then let's see, at 4:00, it's Manic, which is the new college band.
Yep.
Right.
The grunge.
Gonna love them.
Yeah.
They're really good. Like
I can't
they're
wait to
so
see
really
good.
good.
I can't
Like
wait
the
to
up
see.
and coming bands.
Followed by Falls Chase.
Blown away.
Falls Chase.
Followed by Ember Fading.
Ember Fading.
And then Romexis.
Nice.
And then Trial by Stone. And then Airport Drive. And let's see, I guess I should have said set times there.
Oh, yeah.
You just said Tiki stage.
My bad. 4:00 is Manic. 5:00 is Falls Chase. 6:00 is Ember Fading. 7:00 is Romexis. 8:00 is Trial by Stone. 9:00 is Airport Drive. Right?
Nice.
And
So-
then everybody piles inside for Core. We'll get to their set time in just a second.
Okay.
So it's 45-minute sets, 15-minute changeovers.
It's 45-minute sets for every band,
Yeah.
15-minute changeovers. The set times are staggered so that you can catch either the first 15 or the last 15 or the middle 15.
Gotcha.
Of every
However you
band.
want to do it. Okay.
Yeah, so you can see every single
All of
band
them.
Yeah.
without missing anyone.
Yeah.
That's
At
awesome.
least 15
Either the
minutes or
first
more.
50 or the last 15.
And that's why I staggered it the way I did.
Okay.
Okay.
Gotcha.
So then music hall stage.
Yeah,
is
music hall.
3:30 is the Dusty
back,
Gravelers.
forth.
So basically, they're kicking off the day at 3:30.
Okay. Dusty Gravelers.
And they're acoustic. They're good.
Yeah.
You know, easy listening while we're all eating.
Oh yeah.
Stuff like that. They're followed by college band Redrawn, which just won Battle of the Bands at Birds Aphrodisiac
That's awesome.
Shack.
Nice. Congrats.
Followed by at 5:30 This Dying Breed, which then at 6:30 is Tragic.
Are we in
And-
the musical?
Yep.
Yeah.
And then at 7:30 is Carrion Curse. 8:30 is Fighting Giants. 9:30 to 10:30 is Core. So Core has a full hour, and then they're going to be followed by Retrograde in the music hall for the
Nice.
Party
It's gonna
cap,
be fucking
you know?
epic.
Yeah.
It's
It's
gonna
gonna
be
be
the best local show that anyone
Yes, it
has
is.
And
ever
it's-
fucking seen.
It's
in the
all
last-
ages, so we're encouraging people to bring their families, but keep in mind the later it gets,
Send the littles home
Of course.
early, though.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, if you bring the littles, bring them early. You don't want them there at
Yeah.
11:00 midnight.
Yeah.
You know.
I get that.
Get tickets though.
I got mine.
Yep.
I got mine.
Yeah. it's
WarriorOnTheRiver.com/events.
reserve.
You can find Barbecue. Definitely reserve your tickets because at some point we're gonna have to say,
We're
hey.
already over capacity.
I was curious about that. What the capacity
We're
was.
already over capacity.
we're over capacity,
Cut it.
but
We cut
it's so many ticket orders, but multiple tickets, right?
It's averaging 2 tickets per order.
Yeah,
is
is what
what
it's
it's doing.
It's at
So-
900 people. So
Wow.
I would suggest getting fucking tickets.
Oh, done.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep.
And
Got mine.
this is
They're
also
free,
people coming
by the
throughout
way.
the day.
The tickets
you
are
know?
free. It's a reservation to make sure that you can get entry.
There
Yeah.
is no reason not. I mean, unless you have some shit going on that day
Yeah.
or whatever.
Yeah, I
But
agree.
There's no reason.
There is
That's-
no reason.
And it's all about networking. So we encourage everyone to come out, meet the bands. They should all have merch set up. Buy some merch because it's free.
Oh yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Everyone should
Oh, yeah.
buy something from each band.
I agree.
You know what I mean?
I agree.
mean, give them something. Tip the bands.
I'll
things
walk
like that,
around and
you know?
sell the fuck out of everything. that
Get
is
it, girl.
there.
That's what I'm talking about.
Like,
And
that's
hopefully-
what I will do.
We'll probably we'll get a like actual hard number on the guitar cases we need for our full. We have 20 student guitars basically,
Right.
and so we need hard cases or cases for hard cases for 10.
There is no
those
such
half cases
thing
for
as a
10.
hard case for the
The half size,
small-
but we got 10 of those. We
Right.
got 10 full size that need
You
cases.
can't get a hard case for a guitar that's,
So that'll probably be our interest in raising money at the barbecue. So
Oh yeah. So everybody donate. And what's your plug again for the website to get more information on?
tlmcharitygroup.org.
Yes.
You can actually go in and decide, hey, do I want my donation to go towards, instruments? Do I want it to go towards lessons? Because we provide everything free.
Yes.
So the workbooks, the take home workbooks, all of our, all of the materials.
I think there's a general donation as well, which can be applied.
There
to,
is anything, whatever we need.
Anything we need, which helps.
But you can choose. So you can choose where your donation goes towards.
And in general, one goes towards things like if we're helping a band, for example, Manic is rehearsing.
Right.
They're using power.
Right.
So Manic is rehearsing using power, but we're not charging them. Things like that. So it helps. And there are college kids who aren't part of School of Music who can't rehearse anywhere on campus because they're not part of School of Music.
Right.
Even though there's empty rooms that no one is using, they can't use them.
Conversation between us and Tallahassee Reports, because they thought that was just absolutely ridiculous that FSU doesn't give their bands and their students a place to rehearse.
Yeah.
Wow.
They have place.
Yeah.
They have no place to rehearse.
Oh, dude.
Wow.
This
don't
band
have
was
a place to
breaking into a
rehearse.
room to rehearse, which is rock and roll.
Hell
Oh,
yeah. Hell yeah.
Well, the School of Music found out, so what they did is they put a thing on the door that made it where they can't pry the door open. So they were getting in a room no one was using, right, to rehearse when no one was using it, and no one used it very often at all,
And
right?
then they got caught.
So they would rather block it off and not let anyone use it than encourage kids
Wow.
who ran bands to use it.
Rehearse.
I-
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm misunderstanding something.
Okay.
The students of the Florida State School of Music do not have rooms
Nope.
to rehearse that.
They
The
don't-
students
they don't
of
give
the
them.
Florida State School of Music can access the rooms.
No, they can't.
If they are not students of the School of Music,
Yeah.
they cannot access the music.
They were
But there's
all
not
School
enough
of
students.
Music. They cannot access.
No, Manic is not.
I'm telling
Wow.
Okay, Manic is not part of School of Music. They are not School of Music students. But it's a room in the School of Music,
Right.
rooms that are not being used.
Yeah. There's no, I mean,
That
Wow.
if someone in School of Music is not
That's so
reserved
messed
it,
up.
Masters
then they should let
students in
another
the
band
School
be
of
able to
Music.
reserve it if they're FSU students.
I just talked to them
So an
tonight.
FSU student
Just
can't
interviewed
use
them and
an empty room
Wow.
tonight.
at the FSU School of Music
right.
to
They
rehearse
have
in their band.
No,
That's bullshit.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That is fucked up.
Yeah.
That is fucked up.
they have nowhere to go. They have
Yes.
nowhere to go.
Which
That's
is why we're
why-
letting them use
that's
our
why
ticket
they
stage.
come
We're like,
here.
fuck it,
That's
go set up.
That's why
You
they
know?
come to the Warrior on the River.
And they're good.
Because
It's not like they suck.
can't go.
Yeah.
their own-
They're good, And we would rather be that place that let them do it than, the place that didn't. And that way, if they ever get rich and they get $1 million, they're like, fuck it, I'm going to donate to the place that helped me out so they
That's
can help
right.
somebody else out. And it's that circle.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And that's what it's about. The warrior
So-
needs a tribe. Tribe needs a warrior.
There you go.
We all got to keep it in the tribe. The tribe's got to help. The tribe raises the children, right?
Respect, man.
So that's what it's about. That's what warrior is about.
Makes
And,
sense.
Nobody's. Yeah.
Good for you. Good for you.
Now I don't know what to do with my hands.
Put them in your mouth.
Yeah.
Good.
No.
No.
Where are you going?
Out there.
So we are actually at time. So we want to thank everybody for tuning in, for watching. Make sure you go to the barbecue. There's going to be some badass bands you don't want to miss. And
I'm
please,
so excited.
please,
14.
please check out. Say it again. TLM.
TLMCharityGroup.org.
Yes, and donate. If you have instruments laying around, give them away. You don't need them. Give it to them. They need all the things. If you want to volunteer to teach, go to them. Teach
links
kids.
are in the chat.
Yes.
Click those, take you right to it.
Links are in the chat. Do it because we said so, and I will show up at your house to fight you. I'm just saying. Do it. Okay. Love you guys. Thanks for watching.
Thanks, guys.
Goodbye.
Oh, I might rant to every